Hello everyone. Today we discuss about the topic anatomy of the lungs. So first of all, what is lung? The lungs are a pair of spongy air-filled organ and which is located on either side of the chest. And the trachea, also called windpipe, conduct inhaled air into the lungs through its tubular branches called bronchi. So, each lung is composed of smaller units called lobes, and the fissures are separate these lobes from each other. The right lung consists of three lobes, the superior, middle, and the inferior lobes. And the left lobe consists of two lobes, the superior and inferior lobe. A bronchopulmonary segment is a division of a lobe, and each lobe houses a multiple bronchopulmonary segments, and each segment receives air from its own tertiary bronchus and is supplied with the blood by its own artery. And some diseases of the lungs typically affect one or more bronchopulmonary segment, and in some cases the disease segment can be surgically removed with a little influence on neighboring segment. And a pulmonary lobule is a subdivision formed as the bronchi branch into bronchioles, and each lobule receives its own large bronchiole that has the multiple branches, and interlobular septum is a wall and the composed of connective tissue which separate lobule from one another. Next is blood supply and nervous innervation of the lungs. The blood supply of the lungs play an important role in gas exchange and serve as transport system for gases throughout the body. In addition, innervation by both the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system provide an important level of control through dilation and constrictions of airway. Now the blood supply. The major function of lung is to perform gas exchange, which require blood from the pulmonary circulation, and this blood supply contain deoxygenated blood and travel to the lungs where erythrocytes, also known as RBC, pick up oxygen to be transported to tissue throughout the body. And the pulmonary artery is an artery that arises from the pulmonary trunk and carries deoxygenated arterial blood to alveoli, and the pulmonary artery branches multiple times as it follows the bronchi, and each branch become progressively smaller in diameter, and the one arteriole and an accompanying venule supply drain one pulmonary lobule as they near the alveoli. The pulmonary arteries become the pulmonary capillary network, and the pulmonary capillary network consists of teeny vessels and very thin walls that lack smooth muscles fiber, and the capillary branch and follow the bronchioles and the structure of the alveoli. It is a point that the capillary wall meet the alveolar wall and creating the respiratory membrane, and once the blood is oxygenated, it drains from alveoli by the way of multiple pulmonary veins and which exit the lungs through the hilum. Now come to the pleura of the lungs. So each lung is enclosed within a cavity that is surrounded by the pleura. The pleura is a serous membrane that surrounds the lungs, and the right and left pleura, which encloses the right and left lung respectively, are separated by the mediastinum. The pleura consists of two layers. The visceral pleura is a layer that is superficial to the lung and extends into the line of lung fissure. And the parietal pleura is the outer layer that connects to the thoracic wall and the mediastinum and the diaphragm. And the visceral and parietal pleura connect to each other at the hilum, and the pleural cavity is the space between the visceral and the parietal layer. So the pleura perform two major functions. They produce pleural fluid and create cavities that separate the major organ, and the pleural fluid is secreted by the mesothelial cell that from both pleural layers that act as lubricate the surface, and this lubrication reduces the friction between the two layers to prevent trauma during breathing, and create surface tension and help maintain the position of the lungs against the thoracic wall. And the adhesive characteristics of the pleural fluid causes to the lungs to enlarge when thoracic wall expand during ventilation and allowing lungs to fill with the air. And the pleura also create division between a major organ that prevent interference due to the movement of the organ while preventing the spread of infections. Now some disorders of the lungs. First, those diseases which are affecting the airways, like lung diseases are the some of the most common medical condition in the world. Tens of million of people have lung diseases in the US alone. Smoking, infection, and genes cause most lung diseases. And your lungs are the part of a complex system, expanding and relaxing thousands of times each day to bring in oxygen and send out carbon dioxide. So the lung disease can happen when there are problem in any part of this system, like windpipe, trachea also called trachea that branches into tubes called bronchi, which in turn becomes smaller tube throughout your lungs. And disease that can affect the airways include asthma, COPD, chronic bronchitis, emphysema, and the acute bronchitis and the cystic fibrosis. Okay, first is the asthma. Your airways are constantly inflamed and may spasm, causing wheezing, shortness of breath, allergies, infection, or pollution can trigger asthma symptoms. COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. In this condition, you can't exhale the way you usually would, which causes trouble breathing. Chronic bronchitis, this is a form of COPD, brings a long-term wet cough. Emphysema, it lung damage and allow air to be trapped in the lungs in the form of COPD, and trouble blowing air out its hallmark. Acute bronchitis, in the acute bronchitis, this sudden infection of your airways usually caused by a virus. And cystic fibrosis, in this condition you have trouble clearing mucus out of your bronchi, and this lead to repeated lung infection. And some diseases affecting the air sacs or alveoli. Your airway branch into tiny tubes that end in cluster of air sac called alveoli, and these air sac make up most of your lung tissue. Lung diseases affecting your air alveoli include like pneumonia, tuberculosis, pulmonary edema, lung cancer, acute respiratory distress syndrome, and the pneumoconiosis. First is the pneumonia, an infection of your alveoli usually by bacteria or virus, including the coronavirus that causes COVID-19. Tuberculosis, pneumonia that slowly get worse, caused by the bacteria Mycobacterium tuberculosis. And pulmonary edema, fluid leak out of small blood vessels of your lung into air sacs and the area around them. One form is caused by heart failure and back pressure of your lung blood vessels, and in another form injury to your lung cause the leak of fluid. Lung cancer, it has many forms and may start in any part of your lung, and it most often happen in main part of your lung in near the air sac. And the acute respiratory distress syndromes, ARDS, this is a severe sudden injury to the lungs from a serious illness. COVID-19 is one example. Many of who have ARDS need help breathing from machine called a ventilator until their lungs recover. And pneumoconiosis, this is a category of condition caused by inhaling something that injures your lung. Example include back lung disease and the coal dust and asbestos and the abscess dust. Okay, now overview of the lungs. Basically, the lungs are the major organ of the respiratory system and are responsible for performing gas exchange. And the lungs are paired and separated into lobes. The left lung consists two lobes, whereas right lung consists three lobes. Blood circulation is very important as blood is required to transport oxygen from lung to other form, and the pulmonary artery provide deoxygenated blood to the capillary that form respiratory membrane with the alveoli, and the pulmonary vein return newly oxygenated blood to heart to further transport throughout the body. And the lungs are innervated by the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system, which coordinate the bronchodilation and bronchoconstriction in the airways. And the lungs are enclosed by pleura, a membrane that is composed of visceral and parietal pleural layers, and the space between these two layers are called the pleural cavity. The mesothelium cell of pleural membrane create pleural fluid, which serve as both a lubricant, reduce friction during breathing, and as an adhesive to adhere the lungs to thoracic wall. So thank you so much.